Hello, everyone. This is Dave Smithy with Top Out Adventures. Hope you're having an awesome day. I had an awesome day because I just got to speak with Kate Motsko, our friend and Top Out Adventures athlete, and I get to share that recording with you now. She is a awesome runner who is been running in the Tejas Trails races, among others, for a while, and is an awesome runner, awesome person. We get to know her a little bit, background, athletic background, what she does with special needs dogs, and exciting stuff she's planning coming up in races. So you'll enjoy this conversation, enjoy getting to meet Kate and who she is, like all of us who know her. Enjoy her laugh. So enjoy. Here's Kate Motsko. Okay, all right, we're here with my friend and anybody who's met her's friend, Kate Motsko. Hey,
Hey,
good morning,
hey,
Kate. Hi, how are
how's it
you?
going?
Good,
Good.
good. So Kate is I can't think of a better word than badass runner, because she is a long distance beast. And I got to meet Kate. Gosh, when was the first time we met? Probably
It's been a couple of years.
been a couple years. I do remember a Camp Eagle. Was it
Yeah,
Cactus Rose
it was
tournament?
Pandora.
Yes, and the Pandora, yeah. So, but one of the things I say about Kate is always you hear her laugh before you see her, uh, which is always fun. So, so Kate was nice enough to come and talk to us a little bit, tell us a little about her story, her background, and in T minus what, like 12 days, you're probably 11 days, you're counting down.
I am. The countdown has started for
Yep.
sure.
So to Bandera, and she's excited, and we have. I don't want to put pressure on you. High expectations. High. We're excited
Yeah,
just for
I'm
what you're gonna do.
excited.
Yes.
I'm excited to get out there, and I mean, just the who's signed up so far is just so it's gonna be so much fun, and
Mhm.
my goal is to have a beer with Courtney DeWalter at the finish. So
Yes, that
Courtney, if
sounds
you're
great.
watching, I'm coming for you, girl. Not during the race, right afterwards.
Courtney, what's her name? Yeah, we're gonna, yeah. No, you are awesome. There's a great set of runners out there, and you know me, I'm the hype king. So I think Courtney should be looking over her shoulder
Oh,
for Kate. So Courtney, you'll hear her laugh coming before she passes you. So, um, but hey, before we get into Bandera, um, let's get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little about little Catherine.
okay. So previously I was a competitive swimmer for like I guess 15 years, and kind of got burned out by the time I was about 18. And then kind of picked up trail running starting in like 2012. My first ultra ever was actually Bandera 100K
Yeah.
in 2012. And I just kind of wanted to see like what my body could do, like how far could I travel on my 2 feet. And I just think there's something really like exhilarating about that. So that's kind of like what got me in, and I kind of just like got the bug, and the community is just one of my favorite things about trail running, and just the relationships you meet, and friends that you may see them every couple months or every couple years, but it's like you
Mhm.
pick up right where you left off, and just that like camaraderie that like is created like when you're like just suffering with someone. It's like
Yeah.
such a beautiful thing. So
Mhm. Yep.
I don't know, I think I may have been a better swimmer than I am runner, but like my heart is definitely like on the trails. And yeah, like I'm my best when I'm running. So I've kind of just tried to stick with it as much as possible when I'm not injured.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk about those. You, I don't want to say you tend to get injured. You run so long and hard, it's just going to happen. So, what was you said you were about 18.
Yeah,
Swimming was you were kind of over it,
yeah.
and was there a gap in there of not I don't want to say just when you weren't doing anything competitive.
Yeah, there was a gap. I went through some dark times, and
Yeah.
running was really like what helped pull me out of it. And I mean, I can honestly say that like running saved my life. So I think that there's like, I'll never take that for granted. And like through my like deepest points of like just suffering, I focus on that a lot, and just like
Hmm.
I'm so grateful to be where I am now. And I think that's like really huge.
Okay.
So
How did you find, what was it when you were going through those times, or the connection that was, how did running become that? I mean, I think all of us who have some of that haven't could talk about. For me, it
mhm.
was, uh, you know, a release from crazy pressures that I was feeling. But what was it for you? Was it the endorphins? Was it the experience of friends? What was it?
Yeah, I think it was the accessibility. First
Mhm.
off, it was just like being able just to throw on a pair of shoes and just like go do something, and then think, oh wow, after like a couple miles, like I feel really good. Like
Mhm.
this this is good for me. Like I
Yeah.
need to be doing more of this. And then just kind of embracing that feeling is really, yeah. So I at first I wasn't running with anyone, and I was just like really getting in my head, and I feel like I was doing like my best like thinking
Mhm.
um when I was running. So that really like helped like sort things out for me, and kind of like figure out, what I needed to do to like get out of this like not good place that I was in.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And, you know, from knowing you, I know you're a very social person.
I am.
Um, but the running that you do is something of an isolating activity. How do
Yeah.
those parts of your personality fit together?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I don't know. I know that after like 20 miles and you haven't seen anyone and you
Right.
see someone, it's like, hey, like let's
That's
chat. But no, I I am. I'm a very social creature, but I don't know. There is something. It's almost like meditation for me. Like I'm always go go go. So
yep.
to be on the trails and just to be out there with nature and just in my own head, like I don't know. I just really enjoy it. And then I
Yeah.
think that solitude like makes me like just a better human and like funner to interact with, and like all
Mhm.
the good that comes out of that. So
That reminds me of, so just a few months ago, Cactus Rose, which is, by the way, same place as Bandera, 150 miler. I got to see you over that 42 hours several different times, but it happened to be that I was asleep when you came in at whatever it was, 3 a.m. and but I was in the van. Van was right next to the
yeah.
start finish line, and I heard you out there, and I was like, "Oh, great! Kate has made it in. Felt good. It was a relief. Not that it was keeping me awake, but so I rolled over, went back to sleep, and then I came out like 2 hours later, and I still hear you. I'm like, what is going on? And then I went off and did something else, and come back an hour later, and it's like you've been up for 48 hours at this point. Why are you still
Having
here?
so much fun.
Exactly. But then you said my toe hurts.
Yeah, there were some feet issues.
They were, yes, and got you to collapse in the van for a while.
Yeah,
Left, come back. The door's open. You're gone. I'm like, she could be anywhere. I found you over with the medic,
yeah,
getting it fixed up, and
yeah.
there was some expressing of fluids or something later.
Yeah, well, yeah. So don't ever try to lance your own feet after you're delirious. That's like the takeaway from that one. I so for that 150, I had like the best crew imaginable, and
Yeah.
they got me to the finish. Um, but there was a very short period of time after, I think after 100 or close to it, that I was on my own and was developing a blister that I thought I could just easily lance, like no problem. And it didn't like drain like the way I had wanted it to. So I just started kind of like macerating my tissue with a um, needle, and thought nothing of it. And then just put my sock and shoe on and ran another 50 miles.
Mhm.
And yeah, as soon as I finished, the pain was just like, it was wild. So turns out I had developed an abscess. So I ended up having to go to the urgent care clinic off of Bandera.
The big
So
medical establishment in
yeah.
Kerrville, Texas, or wherever.
So which like I think that doctor like thinks I am like certifiably crazy. She was like, your feet, like, what did you do? I was like, I know, I'm really healthy generally. I just ran like 150 miles. Like, it's fine. My legs were like totally shredded from the cactus. And she's
Uh-huh.
just like kept looking. It was just, anyway, I think at first she thought I was like drug seeking. I'm like, no, can you just lance it? And then I asked her to do an x-ray of my foot or my toe specifically. Yeah. And she asked me if there was any chance I could have kicked something. Right. I was like, you obviously don't know Bandera. So like maybe. But yeah, definitely it was an experience. But no, like I don't think I slept at all. I just like hung out and cheered everyone in. I had my cowbell with me and, 6-pack. So like, what more could you want? Who needs to sleep?
Exactly. I mean, that was just
overrated. You can do that later. I was like just flying on that high. So yes. It was really nice.
And so the Cactus Rose, you were numero uno, right?
I was.
Girls rule, boys drool. Yeah. So we'll come back to that. But so I've done my stalking.
Okay.
So yes, your first race was back in 2013, the Bandera. It was Bandera, your first trail.
Yeah, it was my first ultra was Bandera 100K. Yep.
But there was some marathons before that, right?
There was I did Austin Marathon and San Antonio Marathon. Man, you like pulled some stuff up, huh?
Yeah, I've got pictures too if anybody wants
to. And I'm signed up for Grandma's in June, so I'm really excited about that. Go try to get some good fast miles.
That's a marathon. Grandma's is a marathon.
Yeah, it's like a quick marathon in Minnesota, in Duluth, so around Lake Superior.
I'm going to ask a question that's going to make all of us slow people feel better, I hope. Are you going to break 4 hours?
Yes.
Have you broken 4 hours otherwise?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was going to, she's my pace.
No. I'm hoping for 3:15.
3:15? Okay.
Speed. Come on.
Hey.
Don't underestimate just because I can get the ultra endurance.
I've only seen you, suffering at the what relatively slow paces, but the
several day suffer.
Yeah. Have you looked up your stuff on Ultra Sign Up? Have you seen the curve they have thing for you?
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, you got to dig in. So shows you. I think it's your percentages at races, and it is a straight up. You're from. You were 60%. Now you're over 90%.
Oh wow! Okay.
In the top 95% in all these races that you're doing, and you were telling me. So back to the Smithy hype machine. So you said to me the other day you were hoping for a top 10 at Bandera.
Yeah.
You haven't been outside of the top 10 in the past 18 months.
Well, thank you. But listen, I'm going to run my own race. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can for 62 miles. But of course, I want to finish in the top 10. More importantly, I would like to run as close to 11 hours. So if I finish in, we'll see. But
that would only be a 5-hour improvement from your first.
Well, listen, I didn't even know when I first did this race in 2012 or 2013. I didn't even know about drop bags, about aid stations. I literally carried what I needed on my back for the entire 62 miles. I got lost. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew no one. It was I was a hot mess. So,
okay. All right.
Yes, no matter what, I'll get my PR.
Yeah. You're pretty safe on that. You haven't done Bandera proper since 2013, right?
Yeah, since then. So, and I mean, I went out there. Guess I obviously did Cactus, and then got 18 miles at November, and felt really good about it. And there's a lot of what I would consider nice runnable sections compared to Cactus. So I'm ready to take advantage of those, and let that tempo training pay off.
And going back to Bandera. So when you ran it that October, so what, 3-4 months ago, you had a really consistent thing, but you you were 12 to 16 miles minutes per mile, very
Yeah.
steady. Um, was that your plan? Did it go according to plan? What didn't?
Yeah, no, I think it went according to plan. I felt like very tired at mile 75 and I
Okay.
decided to sleep for 30 minutes.
Hmm.
So, that to me, like I did not expect to be fatigued so early and
Okay.
to want to sleep, but I did. I slept for 30 minutes. And then I was good to go. That was the only, that was my only sleep.
Hmm.
But I think once the sun comes up for me, like the sun comes up Saturday morning and you start to see all those cars come in,
Yes.
and it's like, okay, like there's gonna be more people, and then like the washing machine style, like,
Hmm.
you get to see a lot more. And then just having like pacers was just like so wonderful.
Yes.
It really was. And like the pacers that I had are just like the best.
You
So
had an incredible group out
I
there.
did. I really did. And like
Evan, Brock, I got a picture of you and your
Tim, Courtney.
Courtney.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was incredible. Like, and then Tom, like coaching
Mhm.
me, like I couldn't have done it without them, really. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many like moving parts in a race that long.
Yeah.
And especially like it being unsupported, right? I mean,
Yeah.
so, and you have to eat like
Hmm.
religiously. I mean, I think that's like the biggest takeaway, like
Yeah.
from like this ultra endurance stuff is like you just have to find a way to get calories in, whether it be like liquids or solids, like whatever works for you.
Hmm.
And yeah, like they were like just force feeding me at the aid
Hmm.
stations while like, somebody else was like, lancing blisters, and they were just incredible. So it was really great.
You
Yeah.
have some interesting food pantry stuff going on. There was a concoction, I think, with beans and things. I mean, and a lot of options. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
that's one thing I saw is you're kind of like, yes, no to this, that. So,
Yeah, no, options is like so important because I mean, who knows what you're gonna want to eat after running 100 miles? Like, probably not a lot of things, but
mhm.
if there's one thing that you're like, okay, that sounds good. Um, yeah, I'm also like, I know this sounds crazy, but I like will do a beer after like 100 miles. Just like one, not like three,
Okay.
but I just, for me, it changes my just like my mentality just enough. And
Mhm.
I don't know, I think it's just good, like carbs, it's obviously
Yeah.
delicious. And yeah, it like gives me that like extra boost. So
So for the true Kate Motsko fans, are we talking IPA? Are we
I
talking?
do, so for cactus I did sours.
Oof.
But I don't know about an IPA, but like I also am not going to do that for like Bandera 100. Like I'm running too fast, like the
Yeah.
carbonation will not sit well. So this is like, long miles. Like,
Uh-huh.
like
Yes, you
there's
got
talk of a Cocodona 250. Um, so
some.
so there will be beer for that one.
For that one, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I got to work Cocodona a couple years ago at
Oh,
a
did
friend's
you?
event.
Okay.
Yeah, the Jerome aid station, which was just a blast and invigorating, and it's an awesome race. The guys, Steve, put on an incredible race. So
Okay.
okay, we definitely got to talk about that one.
Yeah, yeah. I watched the Eric Senseman like
Mhm.
documentary,
Yeah,
and now I'm just like, oh, I'm doing it. So
yes, it is
in
an
the works.
incredible event for sure. They do an incredible job. So
Yeah.
so this one, you said you're gonna be 11 hours is your target.
Yes, I'd like to go as close to 11 as possible for
Okay.
sure.
We hope Courtney DeWalter's listening. We hope Amanda Basham is listening. Who else do we want to trash talk?
No, no one.
I'm
Please,
I'm the Kate Motsko cheering.
dude, I'm honored. I'm gonna get so emotional on the start line with those guys. It's gonna be really awesome.
Yes.
So,
So yeah, it's coming out to be a stacked field.
oh,
Uh,
100%. Yeah.
yeah, and there's going to be live coverage going on out there as well.
I know that'll be really fun. Like this will be the first year, so it's almost like better to stay at home and watch it than come and not get service.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, that's going to be one thing is there's not much video service out there.
yeah,
So or
yeah.
cell
Like when
service.
you say
So
not much, then you mean like zero.
zero.
So
Yeah, I mean they're doing some really cool things, Chris and Teostrels, with using satellite connections for the people who are streaming it. So
but that's awesome. Yeah, it's like Aravaipas.
yep, And so
Cool.
Aravite
So
was providing the know-how, the technology. So got to give kudos to Chris and Jamil for partnering up to
yeah,
bring these
that's
really cool events to even more people. And
yeah, no, I'm really excited. I was out for a Javelina 100 crewing some friends, and their like production was like so awesome. So I'm really excited to be a part of that. And like
yeah,
maybe if I, run fast enough, I'll be in
oh, you will be, you
a
will be.
little.
And the Top Out Adventure stuff is going to be right there in the
There we
camera.
go.
Yeah, I'll probably in the background all the time being, "Hi, Mom. Hey, yeah, get your Top Out Adventures trip."
There you go.
So yes, it should be fun. So kudos. And the Tejas Trails thing you mentioned, that the environment, the culture, and everything for and this those of us who are Tejas Trails runners and part of the tribe, and anybody who's just even come close to it, passing one race or whatever, it's a special group. It's a special, I don't know, I can't think of culture, and
Yeah.
I know the word tribe is used, overused in some ways, but it does feel like a group
Uh-huh.
of people that is
Yeah.
not
It's
family,
just
but
a family. Like to me, like it's my running family. And like I just enjoy just being there and just embracing it all. Even like when I was on crutches earlier this year,
right?
and I was, feeling down and out, sorry for myself. And um I went out and volunteered at a J&J 100, and it was like the best thing, and here I am working the aid station on crutches, and I'm just like getting all these good vibes, and
Yeah,
it just was great. Yeah, so the community, it's just so uplifting. And
it is.
you
It
have
is.
people like all abilities,
Hmm.
and at the end of the day we just all really look out for each other, and I love that. Like, so
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned you were on crutches.
I was.
Uh, Stress fracture of your femur.
Yeah, that's it.
How do you do that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I still, that's like one thing that I wish I had more answers for. I was coming off, I did Cactus Rose 150 in 2021,
Mhm.
out at Camp Eagle when it had been
Right.
moved, and then ran that well, got proper recovery in, went into get some more training in. I was set up to do Rocky 100, and was running like a really great race.
That was
Did like,
October to January, so you were going to come back
yeah, so October to February.
in February. Yeah.
So Rocky, like I think it was like February 5th
Yep.
around then. And yeah, I did like a 10-hour 100K, was like,
Hmm.
doing really well, feeling really good. And all of a sudden, around like, I don't know, mile 61, I just got
Yeah.
so tired. Like, I've never been that tired. And I was like, this
Mm.
is odd. And then a mile later, I got just the worst pain, like shooting up my leg.
Yep.
So made it into the aid station, decided to pull. At that point, I think I was like 64 miles in, and just knew like there was no finish in sight for
Yep.
me, unfortunately. So yeah, good old MRI showed a pretty gnarly stress fracture of my femur. So I was non-weight bearing for 5 weeks,
Hmm.
and then PT, and just trying to be patient more than anything else. And that's like really hard for me. Like I said, I'm my best when I'm running.
Hmm.
I'm lucky that I have my swimming background. So I was getting in and swimming a couple miles every day, and just like trying to keep my fitness,
Hmm.
as up as possible, and like more just like not go crazy. So, there's that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't, gosh, I mean, I started out back in, I think, the second week of June.
Hmm.
And
That was June of this year, right?
yeah, that was June of this year. And I told my ortho, I said, listen, I want to run Cactus 150 again. And she said,
Hmm.
okay, if you listen to me and your PT, you can run Cactus 150 again.
Yep.
So, when she told me I can only increase my mileage by 10% a week, we fought a little bit, because I'm like, listen, lady, like,
I'm at 10 miles. I need to get the
yeah, like I can't just run like 30 miles a week,
right.
and then go run a bust out of 150. Like, it doesn't work that way. But hey, I did it, and the team all worked together, and yeah, and I was patient. So
Yeah.
that was
You were
Number
very
one.
patient, especially as how much I know it was itching at you to get back out.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yes, and you're usually like a mid 50s per week.
Oh, no, I don't go crazy in my mileage. I'm generally, yeah, 50 to
Hmm.
70. Like I think
Okay.
like lately my highest week was like close to 80.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I don't do a lot of like crazy high mileage. I don't
Right.
know if I should. I feel like I'd rather stay injury free
Hmm.
and be able to run. But it's definitely something that my coach Tom Bowling and I kind of we have a love hate.
Okay.
Love you, Tom. You're watching this. But yeah, no, he's great. Like if I push myself too much anyway, so he
Yep.
tries to like level me out, and it's good. We have a good thing.
So that is a lot of time per week. And so your day job, the thing that funds this fun stuff is
Yeah.
medical sales, right?
Yes. Yes.
And so how do you fit all this in? You
You
what
wake up
allows you to
early and you get it done. Yeah, I think it's all
really?
about like prioritizing like what's important in your life, right? So, and I was running at 6:30 this morning, got 10 miles in by 7:45, you know.
Yep.
So I think like yeah, you get it done, you got to fit it in. I'm like big on scheduling. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is, I look at the day before, okay, this is where I'm going to fit a run in. If
Yep.
I don't, it'll be 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, now I gotta go run.
Yeah.
I want to run. Like,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I don't know. I think too, it's not as much time as like people think it is. I think it's
Okay.
just the dedication of like doing it every day, and just so I mean, even if I'm running like what, 12 hours a week or something,
Yep. Right.
maybe like 14 hours a week. I mean, that's not like a ton, right? It's not
Yep.
like if like you could watch like 14 hours of TV or like play
Oh, you're
14
right.
hours of
You're
video
right.
games. So I think and I don't have kids, I have the dogs. So
Yeah, well, yeah, that's always reminds me. 50 miles would take me 20 hours, but uh, you and the dogs, right? Really doing some cool stuff with some dogs that really need it, right?
yeah, that's like, I mean, that's next to running, that's my heart, right? So yeah, I live in San Antonio, right? So unfortunately, we just have a really bad like stray problem, and just the
Yeah.
way that people treat their own dogs in a lot of parts of our city. It's really sad. So I mostly concentrate on like hospice and senior
Okay.
fosters. We get a lot of like owner surrendered dogs, that are 10, 15 years old and they still have life left in them. Their owner just doesn't, whatever. So yeah, like I like the medical stuff. I like
Hmm.
taking these like old broken dogs in and like
Hmm.
reviving them, and then they go to their forever home and I get updates and it's like they're like romping through some field and
Yes.
they couldn't walk with me. So like yeah, like that is like the
Hmm.
best for sure. So I don't have a yard. I live in a condo, so I'm not
Okay.
equipped for like puppies.
Hmm.
Any like high energy dogs I'll run, but no, it's mostly I like the senior. Like I
Hmm.
always joke, if they're like old and dying, like bring them to me. And
Okay.
like I'll nurse them back to health. So
That's awesome. Yeah, you were when we met and you talked about this, you were helping express a dog's bowels or
oh,
something.
yeah, so I have, yeah, so well, Jet passed away. And then I still have little Penny, who, I mean, Jet was 100 pounds, so a lot more expressing, right?
Mhm.
But Penny's 10 pounds. She has a bullet lodged in her spine, so she's paralyzed. So she has no idea that she's paralyzed though. Like
Right.
I have a house of 5 dogs. Um, her being the smallest, I think the
Uh-huh.
next in size is like 60 pounds, and
That's
she like runs. It's so funny. Yeah, like my
that's
German
awesome.
Shepherd's like terrified of her.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, she's. I mean, and that's like just the will to live, like on some of
Yeah.
these guys. It's just like so awesome. If we could only be so resilient, right? So
Yes. Well, that is awesome that you're doing that, and it continues to the you can't put Kate in a box, right?
no.
So ultra runner, caring for these special needs animals, medical sales, all of that. So um, that's really awesome. And um, but you haven't done 100 yet.
Haven't done
You haven't
100.
run. You haven't run 100
No,
yet.
no. Well, I am. I'm doing Rocky 100
You're
in
gonna do
February.
Rocky,
I
but
am.
you've got 250s. I don't know how many 100Ks, and you
I
just keep
know.
going.
No, I know. I am. I'm coming back for my redemption race.
Yes.
For Rocky. So yeah, it'll be fun.
But then what are you going to do with your golden ticket from
Oh,
Bandera? I'm just asking.
what would I do with it? I would go run the
Is there
hell out of some
anybody in
western
Vegas
states.
giving odds on Bandera I could call up? Hmm. I don't know.
No, I don't know. I want to run a good like first loop in terms of like feel and just I probably won't look at my watch too much and just kind of run on feel. And then that second loop is when I really want to try to crank it
Okay.
and make us some time in those fields. There's a lot of like really runnable.
At Bandera, at Cactus Rose, you were not in first place until the back half of the race, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. That's kind of the way I like to
yes.
to run a little more conservative,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, I mean I'll say like it feels good when like you're feeling strong and like
Yep.
you're passing people
Hmm.
at mile 50 that like passed you at we're ahead of you at the start, so
Yeah.
I don't know, I mean.
But I was okay, so I was digging into your Strava
Huh.
from that, and around 63 or so, it looked like your heart rate started to decrease, which
Yeah.
is normal. I mean, I think we're all, sustaining it's harder and you slow down, but you weren't slowing down, or what was going on? Was there a particular aid stop that you could point to, or?
No, I think that seems to happen, and I think that's just generally with like more of these ultra endurance
Mhm.
events that you'll see that after 60 or 100 miles, the heart rate seems to, because I think my average was like 125 or
Yeah.
130 for like the rest, like it was relatively low. But yeah, I mean, at no point was I like uncomfortable. I think it's just
Yes.
about like
Okay.
keep moving, keep eating, and the mind is like so powerful. So if you're like feeling negative and you like go with it, like you're screwed. Like you cannot even entertain those thoughts. So, I think more than that, it's not about just the speed, it's just like consistency and just grinding away and I don't know, like staying positive.
Yeah, you're great at that. You're great at that. It's always, I mean, it is, those of us who do it, it is an incredible spectator sport, and and that's it's counterintuitive, right? But but people watch golf for hours to
Yeah.
see one cool thing. People watch NASCAR, and they're just running, they're just going, hurry, hurry, left turn, left, And then this sport has so much, it has drama and experiences and human components that those have in a raw upfront face to face kind of experience that I'm really curious to see how the live feed will be used and what kind of viewership it will get, because this sport has an incredible storyline and aspect to it.
Yeah.
um, I mean, I know it's kind of a niche thing, right? And it's hard to understand the experience that you're having out there at 100, 150 miles. If it's just like, oh, these are just nuts. These are just crazy people, is what I guess everybody else thinks. But that's really cool. And with you, it's always you always get to see where you are, and you're so upfront and smiling but focused. I mean, you in an aid station, it's mission on, focused. Because
I'm
you
honed in. I'm not trying
you
to
are
waste
honed in.
any time.
Nope, nope, no doubt how she's feeling. She's this, she's that. She's smiling. She's laughing. She's snippy, focused,
I think I'm a
whatever.
little feisty for sure.
uh, in such a adorable way. It's fun to see. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to be out there, getting to see it again in Bandera, but then again in Rocky. And
Yeah.
then again in Mexico, you're coming with us
Yes.
on Top Out Adventures to Mexico,
So
right?
excited. I cannot wait. I'm like been looking for this since I signed up for it. So
It's an
I'm really
awesome
pumped.
trip.
And like the group we're going with, I mean, it just could not be, it
Ah,
could not be any better.
it,
So there's a chance that like we never made it come back. So like
hey,
disclaimer.
I'm not bringing bail money, so if you didn't read the fine
Uh-oh.
print in the waiver, it says we're not bailing you out. Hey, I have a friend who got arrested. There's a story. I'll tell it in the van.
Oh
But
goodness.
yeah, that's an awesome trip. We'll have
Yes. Extra mezcal.
extra mezcal for everybody. You're gonna love the vert. This is like some older stuff and gorgeous views. But and then day 3 and 4, no, I'm sorry, 4 and 5, it's got more true speed running.
Okay.
There's some definitely vert and trail stuff in there, single track, but then there's also a few uh, climbs and access roads and things. So that's when I'm like worried. So I'm pretty sure Chris is coming.
Okay.
He's almost
That's
got one more
awesome.
box
I've
of
been like
tickets.
texting them, like, dude, you gotta
Good,
get there.
good.
I've got enough. I've invited all my friends and they're all signed up. So your ass
Got to
better be
come. Yeah, yeah.
there.
Well, he's faster than I am, so I'm definitely counting on him to keep
Okay.
up with you, and I will be making sure everybody comes along, and you'll love Eric. It's an awesome trip, a lot of
Oh
fun.
yeah, I'm excited to meet Eric.
You're
I
gonna
really
love Eric. Eric's just, I mean, they did the whole circling back to the whole tribe thing. I mean, when we met Eric, it's like we had just met our Mexican brother because it just all fell in. He's
all
such
fell into place.
yeah, it's such a great guy and family there. So that would be awesome. And but we do have that one more spot, so we need one more
Okay.
person to come along. So
Okay. Okay.
um,
You hear that?
yes,
Courtney DeWalter.
Courtney DeWalter, exactly. Go international with some Mexico running. Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Hey.
So, yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But we got Bandera and Rocky before
Yep.
those. So
We do,
both
and I'm gonna try not to trash my feet for Rocky. So the
yes,
goal
and
is
Bandera.
to like hit it out of the park for Bandera,
Mhm.
get my like redemption race at
Mhm.
Rocky, and then
Go to
just
Mexico,
cruise into
into
Mexico.
Mexico. Yes.
So and then we're gonna go to Equestrian, and
Yeah, you're gonna be hanging out at
I'm
Equestrian.
gonna be hanging out at Equestrian afterwards, and
Awesome.
then I'm volunteering at Yaya's on Sunday. So
You're right.
pack the weekend. Like who needs to sleep? It'll be great.
Who needs to sleep? No. Yes. So if you are, out there and you're on your third loop or whatever, your second loop, and you want to relax, you can hang out with the race champion, the winner, Kate at Equestrian or
There you
Yaya.
go. I'll have cold beer.
She will have cold beer and a smile, so that will be a lot of fun. So yeah, it's going to be an awesome weekend.
Yeah.
There's great groups coming out. It's going to be. I'm super stoked.
Those
Yeah.
poor UT college kids
Yeah.
came out in jeans. Luckily, I had two like ponchos,
Uh-huh.
like two like Dollar General like throwaway ponchos
Yeah,
that
you
I
handed them
gave
out.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Those UT
Come
Austin
on. Yeah.
student, the running club, and
It was
yeah,
cool. That was awesome. They came out, but yeah,
well,
definitely not prepared for the weather.
great kids. But when their sweatpants were wet up to their knees and their knit gloves were wet, it was like, yeah, your dorm may not have everything you need. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun, and as you said, it's fun to see everybody go, all the different kinds of people who are out there
Yeah.
and going through their journey in the sports. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
awesome.
it really is. It's great. And like I don't know. I love like sitting at the finish line, just
Mm.
cheering everyone in.
Uh, the stories, I mean,
Yeah.
from the winners who you get, obviously there's a thrill to that, to the person who's just finishing, the
Like right
DFL.
under cutoff.
Yes,
Yeah.
under
And they were
cutoff.
like chasing a cutoff like
Hmm.
all day and they
Yeah.
did it. And or when you're volunteering and seeing someone, like say it's like 100 miles, seeing like someone through the course of the whole race and like
Hmm.
helping get them to the
Yep.
100.
Yeah.
And if that's really rewarding. I like the overnight shifts at like the longer
Yes.
races. Like
Yes.
because that's it's tough. Like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, like
Yes.
there's no one out there and you're just like
Hmm.
grinding away,
Yeah. Rocky is
So
really one of the best ones for that. If you're
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I'll be out there, Rocky 50 volunteering
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So that'll be fun for sure.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that one brings a lot of new people, and they're figuring it out. It's just fun to be with them and to
Yeah.
help them do that. You know, if you have extra clothing, you can always give it
Oh
away.
yeah,
Food,
extra
you can
clothes, extra food,
yeah, and it's
extra
always
anything.
so funny. It's like I didn't know it's gonna be this cold. I didn't know it's gonna be this. Yeah, it's so rewarding, so much fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great
that
sport,
really
chaos
is.
trails. So I can't wait to see. I get to see you in like a week and a half.
I know. I'll be there Friday, so I'll
Yeah,
try to
all right.
get everything pitched before dark.
Okay.
Is the
All right.
goal.
Well, I'll be out there or before Wednesday before that. So
Okay.
if you need anything, you holler. We'll get you all set up.
Coffee. You're gonna get me coffee
Coffee. We will have
Saturday
coffee ready
morning
for
with
you Saturday morning.
the fuel.
Fresh
Okay.
drip coffee for you. So if Courtney, what's her name, ask me for any, I will say no because I'm only
I'll give you
supporting.
mine, Courtney. Don't worry. We can share it.
All right, good deal, good deal. All right, well, take care. Have a very happy New Year.
You too, and I will see you soon.
See you soon. Always enjoy seeing you and hearing your laugh.
Oh, thanks. All right, man.
Take care. Bye bye.
All right, bye.